Hey, what's up, guys? Diggin Dave here. So I recently had this question on my Facebook page from Brian. It says, what are the top 3 to 5 in terms of value? Just curious. And right here, Brian is talking about wheat pennies. I posted a picture on my Facebook page of some wheat pennies, and I asked a question. I just said, hey, guys, do you collect wheat pennies? And Brian asked this question. So I thought this would make a good video. I'm going to give you guys, in my opinion, what I think the top 5 most valuable wheat pennies are. So let's start with number 5. We'll work our way down to number 1, which I believe is the top one in my opinion. So for number 1, it's going to be the 1909. I have a little cheat sheet here. The 1909 S wheat penny. For you guys who don't know, wheat pennies were made from 1909 to 1958. So right here you can see, this is not the SVDB. We'll talk about that one later, but just the 1909. There was a couple different 1909s. 1909 Philadelphia, the 1909 VDB from Philadelphia as well, the 1909 S San Francisco, and the SVDB. So there's a couple variations for 1909. But for number 5, we're going to talk about this one here, 1909S, the non-VDB. The reason this one has value is because it's just a little under 2 million were minted, so it's low mintage. And I'm going to use eBay, guys. If you're new to coins, in my opinion, eBay is the best place. You go to the sold listings, it will give you a good idea of what coins are worth. This one right here is just the 1909S. In MS64. Now, like anything, guys, the condition is very important. Just like sports cards or anything you buy in life, if something is in really nice condition, it's going to be worth a lot more money than if it's in really bad condition. So this one here sold for $575, but this 1909S, as you can see, is in very nice condition. And as you can see, it's not the VDB. The VDB initials would be at the very bottom right here, guys. Let me see if I can click on it. The VDB initials would be at the very bottom right there. So this is just the 1909S non-VDB. This is going to be number 5. All right, so let's go over here. For number 4, I have the 1914 Denver wheat penny. And again, guys, we can look right here. Let's scroll down a little bit. 1914 Denver, another very low mintage wheat penny. Only 1.1 million minted. So let's go ahead and search that on eBay really quick. Let me look it up. So we're going to go 1914D wheat penny. And we're still under sold listings. So you can see right here, it's a key date. A key date means it's very low mintage. Let's go to auctions. Right here, this one here, 1914 Denver. This one's not even graded, which means it's not in a plastic holder. It doesn't have a grade on it. Still sold for over $200 with 35 bids. Like I said, guys, the better the condition, the more expensive it's going to be. This one, $152. Are there any graded 1914 Denvers? Guys, this one right here is in really nice condition. This one is not graded. This one is not graded, but it sold for $560. And again, see that date, 1914 Denver. And the reason, again, this one's so valuable is because it's a key date. Again, if we go back here, for 14 Denver, only 1.1 million were minted. So number 4 is going to be the 1914 Denver wheat penny. For number 3, let's scroll down a little bit. Number 3 is going to be 1931S. Look right here, guys. For 1931S, only 866,000 were minted, so under a million. This is very low. I think this is the second lowest mintage. Number 1 is going to be the lowest mintage, but let's go back here to eBay quick. We'll scroll back up, and I'm kind of giving you guys a little lesson. If you ever want to look up a coin, just go to eBay, go under the sold listings, and it'll give you a good idea. 1931S wheat penny. Now, right here, guys, it all depends on the condition. But this top one here, $182. MS63 red brown, $98, $80. Some of these are a little lower than I thought they'd be. I thought they'd be a little higher priced, but this one here, it's in a holder, MS64, $300, $180, $89. But, you know, think about it, guys. It's just a penny, 1 cent. $212. So 1931S, as you can see, is a very, very valuable wheat penny. Now, next, guys, for number two, it's not because it's low mintage, it's because it has a very rare double die air on it. Now, guys, we're going to go to 1955. And as you guys can see, for 1955, let me scroll up a little bit. 1955, 330 million were minted. So it's not low mintage. It's not valuable and rare because only a very low number were made. For 1955, almost 331 million 1955 Philadelphia wheat pennies were minted and produced. But for 1955, what gives it its value is going to be this. You're going to type in 1955 DDO Lincoln cent. All right, let's see here if I can find one. I'm going to have to find a legit one. Right here, guys. This sold on January 15th. And again, this is not because it's low mintage. It's because it's a 55 double die, which means there's double lettering. Now, guys, look at this. Look at Liberty there. Look at In God We Trust. You guys see how all of the letters look extremely doubled? And look at the date. That does not look normal. Now, again, the 55, this is number 2 on the list. We're going to get to number 1 here in just a minute. But in my opinion, the 1955 double die wheat penny, as you guys can see, it is a wheat penny, but it has that crazy, just absolutely crazy doubling on the letters. And again, look at the date. Look at 1955. This one here, guys, sold for $2,481. So this is number 2 on the list. The 1955, and all the letters and the date have to be doubled. Now, guys, let's go to number 1. Number 1, we're going to go back to the beginning for the wheat pennies, is going to be the 1909S. Let me move this over. The 1909S, and it has to have the VDB. Only 484,000 were minted, so under 500,000 were ever made. So let's go over here back to eBay, and we'll look this up. 1909S VDB Lincoln cent. And you can see, guys, the very first one sold for $1,200. See if we can find some more. $608, but this one is clean, damaged, clean. So, guys, this one right here was damaged, and someone cleaned it, and it's still worth over $600. All right, guys, let's look at this one. This is a very nice example, but I want to show you guys. So it's 1909S, as we can see. Has to be 1909S with the S mint mark. But, guys, this is the difference between number 5, the 1909S, and now number 1, the 1909S VDB. You want to look at the very bottom. VDB. That's the designer's initials. I'm trying to remember. It's like Victor David Brian or Brenner, Victor David Brenner, something like that. That is the guy's name who designed the wheat penny. He made the wheat penny design. And what happened, guys, the original 1909 wheat penny had the VDB at the bottom. That's why there's a 1909 Philadelphia VDB and the 1909S VDB. There was no wheat pennies made from the Denver Mint yet in 1909. But there was a public outcry for some reason in 1909 when it switched from the Indian head penny to the wheat penny design. people were outraged and angry that Victor David Brenner put his initials at the bottom of the reverse of the wheat penny. For some reason, people thought it was him bragging. He was like bragging, or people were mad that the designer put his initials at the bottom. So they only made so many 1909 S and 1909 wheat pennies with the VDB on the bottom, but then the VDB initials were removed. So that's why the 1909 S VDB wheat penny is so rare, because only a little under 500,000 were minted with that VDB on the back. And then they removed the VDB and just made some 1909 S without the VDB. So guys, I hope this video was helpful if you're new to coin collecting. I tried to explain as best as I can, I think in my opinion, the top 5 most valuable wheat pennies. Guys, make sure and leave a like on this video. Share this video. If you guys have any more coin questions, just leave a comment. And maybe I'll make another video. Like I answered this question here for Brian. So Brian gave me a idea for a video, so shout out to Brian. Guys, again, make sure and like, follow, leave a comment, and until next time, guys, keep on digging. Peace.